Welcome to the Reggio Calabria Club in Brunswick in the northern suburbs of Melbourne. The date is August 13, 2010, and you're watching Fight 4, the headline card of the Bad Blood fight. It's Tim Bell, the man himself, the PABA champion, versus Joel Casey. And I'm Patrick Skeen. Joining me as my co-host tonight is SEN Radio's Troy Zantuck. How you doing, Troy? Excited?
Oh, am I excited? Another crowd there, fever pitch.
Now this fight tonight is called Bad Blood, and it's because of this fight. This is two old sparring partners coming together. Thank you, promoter Charlie Liparotta. Let's get down to battle.
Tiger Tim Bell, age 31, against jumping Joel Casey. Two guns Casey, age 26, and the action is aplenty.
And Casey in the gold trunks with red trim, and Bell in the yellow trunks with black trim. Casey looking to use his evasive skills as Tim, the Bull Bell, moves forward. The Tiger, he's only got one way, and that's straight in to expose any weakness you've got. And Casey's got to use the skills. He's had a lot of wins recently, Joel Casey, rebirthed his career in Melbourne, and here he is fighting for the PABA light heavyweight title held by Tim Bell. He's the reigning champion, and he's not going to give it up without a fight.
And we've got Tiger Tim Bell, 24 fights, 18 wins, 5 losses, 1 draw. And he's got an extraordinary knockout ratio of 54% against Casey's 28. Casey's 18 fights, 10 wins. And,
well, we're talking one of Australia's pedigree fighters. He's ranked number 3 in the WBA, 11 in the WBC, 14 by the WBO. So this really is a rocky shot for Joel Casey, and he's up for it. He signed up for the fight. He wants to fight Bell. He wants to show he's the best light heavyweight in the nation.
And Tim Bell with the orthodox stance, Joel Casey with a southpaw.
And no one's really got the ascendancy here in round one. Nothing significant landed by either fighter. Tim Bell pressing forward, and Joel Casey showing his skills in the latter stages of round one.
Interesting exchange pre-fighters. Tiger Tim Bell entered the squared circle, coming over to give Joel Casey a hip and shoulder. Casey just shrugging it off.
An old rugby league nudge that was, but it's called Bad Blood, and there's these guys want to win. They know each other very well. They've sparred over 100 rounds together, and it's showtime to see who is the best light heavyweight. They won't die knowing.
Absolutely. Joel Casey, old school skills, old school boxing skills. And obviously Tiger Tim Bell, well, everybody knows his modus operandi. He's a walk-forward puncher who takes no prisoners.
Joel Casey's money punch is either his left hook or his straight left, being the southpaw. And a great straight left there from Joel Casey. The first significant punch of the fight as Bell comes back with a sharp left jab to the face of Casey. And both fighters tie up, but nothing really significant landed for either fighter. This round's still up for grabs.
Both fighters with tremendous followings in Victoria, Patrick. A full house here at the Reggio Calabria Club in Brunswick, and they're appreciative of this boxing extravaganza put on by Charlie Liparotta.
There was as many boos as there was cheers for both fighters, so we're evenly split. And the judges will be evenly split after round one. Tim Bell putting the belt up against old sparring partner Joel Casey in Bad Blood. And I had Casey in the first round. I thought he did enough. Troy, yourself?
The other guy probably had Bell just, but again it was, wow, 7.
Bell bringing punch output, and Bell really looking to bring this to a toe-to-toe slugfest, and that's where he does his best work. And Bell, the favourite in the fight, paying $1.25. Joel Casey paying $2.25. But not much between these two fighters so far. They know each other well. It might be difficult really for them to solve each other's puzzle.
Yes, it's a conundrum wrapped in a labyrinth, this particular bout. It's
Casey moving forward, trying to land that trademark left, and Bell counters there with a good straight right to the head of Casey, both coming off evenly in that exchange. And a slapping wild right there from Casey lands on the mark, but not a particularly effective power punch, but certainly gets his impact. And Casey moving forward with both hands.
Nicknamed Two Guns Joel Casey because he's got plenty of Tabasco in both those hands when he lets them go. Real crowd favourite. as is Tim Bell. A tremendous following, as I said, in Victorian boxing circles. Right hand, left hand exchange there by Tim Bell.
Tim Bell moving forward. This is where he loves the fight. Joel Casey says, I'll trade with you. And he moves forward and backs up Tim Bell. Excellent first exchange here in the second round, and both land significant punches in a power exchange.
That was a case of ring-a-ding-ding from Tim Bell there with that left-hand jab that really tickled the temple.
Is an old school battle for the ages. If you like two guys standing and going at it, well, look no further than the PABA light heavyweight title tonight. Already rattled by that exchange, Troy.
Boy, oh boy, the punter's getting value for money already.
Two of the big ones. If you're looking for ring generalship and foot speed, you're not going to get it in this fight. They're willing to get into the trenches right now, into the kitchen, and both these guys want to find out who is the best light heavyweight in Australia, with, of course, Blake Caparello waiting in the wings. Can't question Joel Casey for his quality of opposition recently. Went over to New Zealand and put his WBF title on the line. Lost to Salem Punsabi, but went 12 big rounds. And this is a 12-round contest tonight. So Casey has recent experience of going deep and going long in a fight, as Tim Bell lands a very effective straight right there.
Yeah, absolutely, Patrick. Tim Bell in the clinches. He's very good with that separation punch. Very, very good indeed.
Casey looks to me like he's saying, I want to take the best you've got to offer, Tim Bell, and I'm ready to go you as well, plus show my skills. Neither getting the best of these exchanges. Good punches landed by both fighters. And Joel Casey, relentless, moving forward. He's been the more active of the two fighters. Excellent round two. Round three, PABA light heavyweight title is on the line. Tim Bell, Joel Casey, old sparring partners, going at it in bad blood. And Tim Bell starts off and lands, and Casey comes straight back. And these two want to go toe-to-toe in the middle. Who's this going to suit? Tim
left hand there by
Bell.
Tiger Tim.
And Joel Casey backs up a bit underneath the power, the relentless power of Tim Bell moving forward. And this is most where he wants to do it. Casey, you would argue, should be moving to the left, moving to the right, showing some defensive skills, because going toe-to-toe with Tim Bell, that could be interesting this early.
Well, it could be a recipe for disaster. And Ignatius Missilades has he had a word to Joel. But both fighters back into the middle of the ring, exchanging unpleasantries.
Still evenly contested, but Tim Bell getting the best of things early here in round three, landing some significant shots. And Joel Casey, in the first touch of bother, his experience in the round, he really wants to rely on the skills that he's been accumulating in the last 3 or 4 years, and lands a good left shot and land right hand to the midsection of Tim Bell. And Casey moves forward, and Tim Bell wants to fight it out in the middle here. This is where he does his best work, but Casey is certainly coming back in this round, starting to land some shots of his own.
What a great fight this has been today. The third round, scheduled to go 12.
Skill, toughness, heart, both all on display here between these two fighters. And Tim Bell's got one style and one style only, and that's move forward and show you what you've got. And Joel Casey, he can fight a number of ways. He can come inside and out, but he's looking to stand toe-to-toe and exchange, and that's the way he loves to fight. We saw his two brutal wars with the junkyard dog, Kane McKay, early this year at the end of last year, and he really is his happiest toe-to-toe. But that may not be the plan that Charlie Liprot has mapped out for him. Charlie wants to move, use his skills, and not get caught in a trading war with the champion, Tiger Tim Bell. And Casey lands another good straight left hand.
What you've got to like about Casey, he doesn't take a backward step, he just keeps coming at you. He's relentless.
Well, so far, I think Casey's landed the most significant shots of this round as he backs Tim Bell into the corner, and Bell fights his way out easily and lands some good shots on the way out. And what an entertaining round three's been. Swinging fortunes so far. I've got Casey ahead as Bell lands a big straight right of his own. Very difficult fight to score, Troy.
An extremely difficult fight to score, Patrick. Well, they're being thrown willy-nilly, the punches.
And the clean punches, both landing them, the effective aggression, well, both are being aggressive. It's a seesaw fight, ring generalship, or you give that to both of them in defence. Well, not much defence on display. They're both slugging toe-to-toe.
Yeah, Bell with some right and left uppercuts there. That found the mark.
And Casey moves forward. This fight's still up for grabs as they go toe-to-toe as Casey lands two significant shots on Tim Bell.
He's like a freight train, isn't he, Joel Casey?
Oh,